Despite all indications pointing to the release of the trailer for the fifth episode last Friday, another teaser appeared instead. However, we can say with certainty that we know the exact release date of the trailer for the fifth episode. Recently, we have received a lot of extremely unusual information about the plot of the new episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. We were shown the savannah, an office, and a strange dark room. In this video, I will explain what to expect in the new trailer and why we see so many new locations. Somewhere in the video, I hid a photo of Jax. Everyone who finds it will receive a secret theory from me in the comments. I was absolutely sure that the trailer for the fifth episode was supposed to appear last Friday, but instead, we got a few new teasers that radically change our perception of the new episode. First, on June 4th, Glitch showed us a teaser on Twitter in which Jax is in the middle of the savannah with a gun. On the same day, they updated the Wacky Watch website, where we also saw Jax in the savannah. It is noteworthy that the text on the website and in the teaser on Twitter begins with the same words that Kane usually uses to start the trailer for a new episode. 2 days later, Glitch posted a new teaser on Twitter which shows us a completely different location, an office that most likely belongs to C&A and is the office from the pilot. Glitch also updated Wacky Watch again, and now, after interference, the website randomly chooses to show either a picture of the office or the savannah. The picture on the Wacky Watch website also has text that begins with, "On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus." On Twitter, Glitch wrote that their previous information about the new episode was incorrect. But I'm sure all this was done for a reason. The creators want to confuse us about what the theme of the new episode will be. My theory is that we're in for a big trailer for several new episodes at once. This trailer will definitely be released next Friday, July 13th. By the way, this release date was most likely not chosen by chance. It is quite symbolic that the episodes, which are supposed to significantly change the usual order of things in the digital circus, will be announced on a day of misfortune. It will be similar to the trailer that was released between the pilot and the second episode. That trailer showed us characters and locations that were related to the second, third, and fourth episodes. I think the new trailer will show us footage from 3 or even 4 episodes. At the moment, we have 4 new locations: the savannah, the office, the dark room, and 1 more. Don't forget about the sports stadium, which we all considered a confirmed location for the 5th episode before the new teasers started coming out. In the time remaining before the trailer's release, Glitch will continue to publish teasers at 1-day intervals. We will be shown additional screenshots from the new locations to continue misleading us. By the way, while everyone is discussing the update of the Wacky Watch website and Glitch's Twitter, fans of the Digital Circus have completely forgotten about Gooseworks' Tumblr. Gooseworks has published a screenshot in which Kinger is staring at something with wide eyes in a dark room. I think this is happening in the same location where all the main characters and the unknown figure are in a dark room with a bright white light. In the screenshot from Tumblr, you can see that the walls in this room have a blue tint. This may indicate that the main characters have entered the room outside the map, as I suggested in my theories earlier. Moreover, I have a theory about why Kinger looks so surprised here. To understand the reason, let's take a closer look at the picture of the office from the Wacky Watch website. The caption briefly describes how each of the main characters copes with office work, and at the very end it says, "Kinger has yet again summoned the A4 paper demon from the 9th circle of hell." I'm not sure if this message is directly related to the office and should be taken literally, but I think these words refer to the screenshots in the darkroom. This mysterious figure may turn out to be that very demon or some other monster. It was probably because of her that Kinger got scared. I have a few theories about which locations correspond to specific episodes. The first theory is that the 5th episode will indeed take place in a sports stadium, as we originally assumed. All the new locations correspond to later episodes and were revealed early on to confuse us. The second option is based on the assumption that the sports stadium will not be the main location for new adventures, along with the office and the savannah. In that case, I bet that the 5th episode will take place in the C&A office, and the 6th episode will be dedicated to hunting animals in the savannah. If we recall one of Gooseworks' old Twitter posts, the 5th episode should be dedicated to Regatha, and the 6th to Jax. Recent teasers clearly show that the savannah adventure is more suited to Jax. He will receive a weapon and the opportunity to hunt endangered animals. If we look at the screenshot from the office, we see Pomni in an office worker's suit and Kinger wearing a tie. They are both busy with something, and Pomni looks very tired. Jax also appears in this teaser, but only his hand with a document is visible. At this time, Ragatha looks quite calm. She is smiling, wearing dark glasses, and holding a huge stack of documents. It seems that in the office adventure, Ragatha will become the manager for the other characters. In the 4th episode, Ragatha directly told Gangle that she considered herself the best candidate for the role of manager when she was under the influence of the stupid sauce. In addition, Gangle was very dissatisfied with her job as a manager at the end of the 4th episode, so Ragatha will be able to become a manager without any obstacles in the 5th episode. Besides her, hardly anyone else will want the job, except for Jax. But the other main characters will clearly prefer Ragatha to be the boss. Due to her insincerity and desire not to offend anyone, Ragatha will not cope well with office work. Conflicts between the other characters will still arise. Ragatha will not be able to take it and will start to become rude. In addition, judging by how Pomni looks, Ragatha will not be able to competently distribute responsibilities among the characters. For example, Ragatha does not trust Jax and doubts Kinger, so she will try to give them the minimum amount of tasks so that they do not spoil anything. But because of this, Pomni, Zubul, and Gangle will get too much work, especially Pomni, because Ragatha trusts her the most and sees her as her best friend. As a result, the girls will start to quarrel and will have to have a conversation with each other that they have been putting off for too long. Zubul and Gangle, with Pomni's help, will have to explain to Ragatha that they don't need insincere politeness and conflict-free relationships. They would appreciate it much more if Ragatha was just honest with them and said what she really thought. Thanks to this, Pomni, Ragatha, Zubul, and Gangle will be able to make peace and complete the adventure. I also have a theory about the 6th episode. We know that it will take place in the savannah, but we don't know who the hero's enemy will be. We were simply hinted that Jax will be hunting some endangered species. In fact, we know of one endangered species in the Digital Circus universe. I'm talking about marmalade crocodiles. They inhabit the village where Gummigoo and his friends Max and Chad came from. Their species is endangered due to an unknown disease, so Gummigoo robbed the Candy Kingdom and took maple syrup. According to him, it can cure crocodiles of all diseases. If Jax hunts crocodiles, the main characters will have to meet Gummigoo and possibly his mother again. I think that in this case, Pomni and the other main characters will side with the crocodiles and stop Jax. At this point, there will be a good opportunity for a frank conversation about Jax's psychological trauma and why he behaves so cruelly towards everyone else. What do you think about this? When will the trailer for the 5th episode be released? Will the new adventure take place in the savannah, an office, or a sports stadium? Write your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I will definitely read them. Remember that the best comments will be featured in new videos. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Good luck, everyone, and bye-bye.